Hey
Hey guys,
guys,
welcome back to our channel.
welcome. Yes,
I'm
and
Chanel.
I'm Shanda Mahoney.
And if you're new to this channel is all about traveling, living your best life, and just making money online. In this video, we're going to talk about budgeting because we get this question all the time. How do you guys get to travel so much? Do you get discounts? Absolutely not. We don't get discounts. We pay the same
Full
price like
price, just
anyone
like you.
else.
Full price.
Yeah,
Yes,
full price. Well, how are we able to do it? We're able to do it because we budget. You have to tell your money where to go, and we tell our money where to go, and we're able to travel because of that. So, in this video, we're going to talk about budgeting and how important it is to move your life forward.
exactly. And you all know, well, most of you should know how important it is. I mean, budgeting should be a part of. It should be a part of everyone's, weekly, monthly life, or whichever way you spend your money, right? Um, you know, how we get to do so many things, it has to, go down to budgeting. What we're going to talk about today is it's a little method that we learned a few years back, from one of our friends from in the States.
A long time
A
ago,
long, long
about
time ago.
7 years. No, I think it's 9 years ago.
From a marriage, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, when we
exactly.
got married. Thank God for
Yes,
them.
exactly. Right. So, I mean, this type of system is called the envelope system,
Or
right?
the stuffing system.
Exactly, or the stuffing. I think the Americans say stuffing, right? Exactly, right? So you basically stuff your envelope with the cash, right? So you basically um, your money that you're going to
Spend.
spend, exactly, you put it in different type of envelopes. So basically list each envelope, you give each envelope like a name, like an expense or whatever you want, and you basically stuff the envelope
For
with that cash.
example, you may put grocery on one, gas on the other,
Exactly.
travel on the next, date
Savings
night on the next.
and
Yeah.
so on.
So you basically create categories for your money, and then you
Exactly.
actually put your money in, like put money in there on a weekly basis if you get paid weekly, monthly basis if you get monthly paid, bi-weekly that's what you get paid. That's the way you get paid. So that's basically how you would break it down. My husband and I will actually do it, like do it for you to see, like
Yeah,
show you
show
the
multiple
envelopes and how
examples
we
as
do
to how
it.
to do it and so on, right? No, you might be saying, cash. You are not used to changing out your money into just pure cash. Most of us have credit cards or debit cards and so on, right? But what I can tell you, based off of just even our own experience, you know, the less cash that we use is the more money we have, is the more money that we end up spending, right? And the reason being, I mean, there's a figure out there which is actually factual that that when you spend when you spend using your credit card or your debit card, of course, you spend 18% more than you normally spend versus if you were just using cash,
And why is
right?
that?
And that is just a mindset problem, right? When you're spending cash, you are physically, it's something that you're actually physically seeing. So if you don't have enough cash,
You
there's
do
a
the
pain
thing.
sensor in your emotional capacity that goes off that is telling you that,
You're going
oh,
over
if you
budget.
go over budget here, it's gonna hurt, right?
Yeah.
So something goes off in your brain mentally, that stops you from overspending when it's went to cash. Versus if you have a card, most times, trust me, we have been through it many times, where when we just have the card, we just spend. You understand me? And sometimes we get off track with our budgeting,
When we spend
because
on the card.
exactly because of the card, right? So sometimes we have to bring it back now to how we used to do it and change out our money into cash and categorize each dollar, where it's supposed to be spent, right? So what we're going to do basically is just give you just a few tips, something that has helped us from over the years, and we hope that it will help you, throughout your time as well, right? So what we're going to start off with basically is just talking about the different categories of the different categories that you want to basically put your money into, right? So what you want to do is, before you actually get that money in your bank account, you want to make sure that each dollar has
Is accounted for.
exactly, each dollar is accounted for. Each dollar is going somewhere, right? So what we want to do is actually do what they call a zero budget. You understand? We
So
are
every money is literally assigned
assigned
somewhere.
somewhere. So when you're finished budgeting, you have no money left. So each money is assigned somewhere.
And don't worry, your going out money is also assigned.
Mm-hmm.
So just in case you were saying, "Oh, I can't do that because I gotta go out," your going out money or your entertainment money will have its own category. You have to do this. If you don't do this, you're gonna go by in life just willy nilly doing anything you feel like at any time, and you're just gonna always be at rock bottom, trying to make ends meet in the rat
Exactly.
race. So it's time to stop all that.
Exactly, because I'm sure that you have heard like people in the financial world, talking about you have to make your money work for you, right? But even in savings, you have to make sure that you give each dollar a job to do, right? So whether it's savings, whether it's paying a bill, whether it's doing something, each dollar needs to be doing some form of job, right? Yeah. So basically, plus also, when you hear us talking about budgeting, please don't be scared. Budgeting is not something that is supposed to restrict you. In fact, budgeting is supposed to give you more freedom,
Yes.
right? Because you're able to tell each dollar where it's supposed to go. It is actually going to give your life more freedom. All right.
More spending power too.
Exactly, more spending power. So to get started, one of the categories that we are going to talk about here, and there are basically four categories, right? The first category in which you're going to budget your money in is actually fixed expenses. Right now, your fixed expenses are normally, those are the expenses that don't really change, you know, like for each week or month, depending on how you pay your bills or so.
Example, your flow bill or your digital internet
Exactly,
bill.
your light bill, so on, your mortgage,
Yeah.
your car loan, those are the expenses that don't change each month. So you categorize those expenses in, of course, your fixed expenses, right? And the second one would actually be variable expenses. That would actually be the ones that, change, right, each month. So
It
sometimes
could be your nails,
exactly, it could be your nails,
your hair.
yeah, and for the guys, it could be the barber, or a facial or so on, right? Anything each month that that the price can change each month. Kids, you have kids, school, lunch money, so on. Expenses
School always
for kids.
have some activities going on.
School always has a lot of activities for kids going on. So you know that your expenses in that changes each month.
Even though they do give you a calendar, so you can kind of know what you're to expect the
Exactly.
months coming up. Like they give it for the quarter, I think. But that also changes, so that comes under your variable expenses as well.
Exactly. And another category that we're going to divide our money into is called the sinking funds. Right now, sinking funds is basically a fund that it's almost like your anyway money. It's money that you either forget about spending, or it's money that's for traveling, for entertainment. Money. It's a fund that basically sink your funds into, right? So just like what the name suggests, right? So this fund is a very important fund, that you should also put a lot of focus into, and then actually put a lot of thought into thinking about how much money are you going to put into that, right? So we actually show you how we break down our own personal expense, and show you how we categorize each dollar that we spend, right?
So we'll do that in the next video. So if you're not yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Click the bell so that you can be notified when we drop the
Definitely.
next video. That one is going to be real practical. Right now we're
Yeah.
giving you the theory. So if you're all about practical and you want to know what to do and you're about action, then you got to subscribe for that next video.
Exactly. I can't wait for that one, for the practical part of it.
And we'll
right?
drop that one next week.
Exactly.
Next week, Tuesday.
Yes. So as I said, the sinking funds is the fund that is the one that you actually overspend on, or something came up, then that's where that money actually goes, right?
The raining money.
Exactly. So, and the last one, the fourth one, is actually your savings account, or what we call the savings challenge. Because what we're going to do is actually do a savings challenge from out of this. Because the ultimate, goal of budgeting really is to not only pay your expenses but to also save money, which is the most important, right? So out of budgeting, we actually want to develop a habit of saving, right? But in order to develop a habit of good saving practices and some form of financial freedom, we have to make sure that all our debts, are paid, and also all our expenses are taken care of, right? So we are going to show you how to do all of that and so on. So as I said, the savings one speaks for itself. That is a major part of it that we're going to do as well. All right, so we can't wait to start. And what we're going to do basically is do it like weekly. So each week we are actually going to do a stuffing challenge, right? So and also I must tell you that normally when people are doing budgets, right, and many people might find it hard to be consistent in it, right? And what I found out is that the best way to stay consistent in budgeting is that
Stuffing.
you have to have a purpose as to why you're even budgeting. Why are you doing it? Why are you saving?
Is it because you want to travel?
Exactly. Is it because you want to travel? Is it because you want to pay off a debt? Is it because you want financial freedom? You have to find a purpose and save. Do your budgeting based on that purpose. So each time when you basically feel like demotivated, you should remember your purpose as to why you're doing it. And I can tell you that is the most important part of this, your purpose, your why. Why are you doing this? For us, I can tell you that our purpose for basically budgeting, our purpose for trying to achieve, some form of financial freedom, is just to be able to basically do anything that we want, not only for ourselves but for other people. You understand me? We remember the days before we were working online. I mean, leaving tip, just a simple thing as leaving a tip, that was a big deal, right? So we just want to be able to leave a tip no matter what the service is, because everyone deserves a tip, of course. You understand me? And we know that many people are underpaid, and for us, to be able to can bless someone, whether it's the backpacker at the supermarket, whether it's the waiter at the restaurant, whether it's the helper at whichever like establishment, to leave a tip that when that person receives a tip, they feel very grateful, and it's something that really changed their lives. That's something that is on the top of our list. To help our family members, the ones that are in need, the ones that need help. That's a big why, right? So budgeting is what is going to help us to achieve that, right?
And it can help you too.
Exactly, and it can help you, right? But don't forget, you still have to work.
Because if you don't work, where you get the money to budget?
Get the money from, right? So that
you
is
gotta
what
work.
we are going to talk about, all of that, right? So stay tuned to the channel and stay tuned for what's about to come. We're about to rock your world and rock your life, and change your life hopefully for the better, right? So
Yeah,
so,
and I know I started out saying how we are able to travel is because we budget. So in the next video, we're gonna show you like how we put the money in the travel expenses, and sometimes we even do challenges. So let's say we wanted to go somewhere in August,
yeah,
and we just came back from a trip. Then we're gonna have to do a savings challenge because
Exactly.
maybe the savings budget is down a little because we just went on a trip.
Exactly.
So savings challenge would come in there. So
Yeah.
would say, let's say for example, the trip is gonna cost $4,000. We are gonna calculate the amount of weeks we have left and how much money we need to save per week to get to that amount by the end of that week that we're gonna
Exactly.
go. All right. So we're gonna teach you a lot of stuff. We have so much in store for you guys. We've been so busy, but we're not gonna make an excuse. We're gonna just get up and do the work.
Yeah.
We're gonna help you. You're gonna help us by subscribing, liking this video, sharing it with someone who can benefit from it, and just keep going. Just
Yeah,
keep sharing the
man. And
word.
just just share the video. I mean, sometimes we're inconsistent in making YouTube videos. Yes, we do know that. But help us to help you guys. All right.
Keep us
Keep us
motivated.
motivated. Exactly. So make sure you press the like button and you comment, whether it's bad or good. Just say what's on your mind. Maybe
Watch
we can learn
yourself,
something. Exactly.
because I'll
Right.
come for you. I'm just kidding.
Exactly. Right. So yeah. So that's it for right now. Can't wait to share with you.
The
What we have in
practical
store.
side.
Exactly.
I can't wait for that because I'm a practical person. So if you are a practical person, you're at the right place. All right. Thank you again, guys, for watching. We appreciate you stopping by. Feel free to check out our other videos. Our last video was in Punta Cana. I'm celebrating my birthday.
And we have part 2 to Punta Cana coming soon
Coming
as well.
soon.
Yeah.
All right. So, and check out our other videos as well in Panama, Las Vegas, other little excursions around Jamaica. Go ahead and check them out and like the video. As I said, share some love. That's all we're asking. If you like it, by the way, because if you don't like it, it's okay. You don't have to like it. It's totally fine. All right, guys. Thanks again. Have a good night, day, or morning whenever you're watching this, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.